Hello, dear everyone. Welcome back to the Joseph Academy. Today we will have our sixth class, and as per requested by one of you guys, I will use our lovely Apollo for this video. Alright, so I made a video about JoJo's second skill before. It was a very long time ago. It was like, I don't know, when I started out my YouTube channel near that time. So basically this straight time jump. We will just hop into a custom match and I will try to show you the 5 uses I listed back there. I just kind of wanted to update that video as it's kind of all written down there and it's hard to read, so I figured it would be better and easier for people who don't really understand his second skill to just listen and watch while I demonstrate the use I'm talking about. So, it would be great also that this will be also part of the JoJo Masterclass. I figured this is a very important thing. People who just start out, or maybe even more advanced players, don't even know how useful this trait can be sometimes and how many uses it really has. We just kind of sometimes ignore this trait. I also did this when I started out. I just didn't really find a use for it. Of course, sometimes you don't even need it in lower tiers because you can just win simply by photo word when the survivors are not really familiar with how Jollof works. But in higher tiers, you definitely just need to use every trait you have and you can. So, I feel like let's just hop right into the custom match and start with the first use. Okay, I will try to show this to you guys in single training mode. That's the easiest, I think. And not Darkwoods. Maybe Chinatown is okay with every situation I want to showcase. So yeah, let's do that. Wow, of course we have lovely Helenber here. Let's quickly change to my baby. Yes, there we go. I don't think we need any persona changes, and we have teleport, of course. Alright, so let's just hop right into the custom match. I'm trying to do this in high graphics with like high FPS and everything, so the view experience is very nice. Sorry if there's a little lag. I'll try to make sure it stays very nice. Alright, so quickly we turn off AI control, and then we increase the presence, so we have the second skill unlocked. Wish we could do it in real matches as well. Anyways, so we might as well start with the most efficient use in this scenario. Of course, you can't really do this in every match because you won't have the second skill unlocked. But, so the one that's the most useful, let's wait until they all mess up their ciphers. Thank you. So, one of the most useful ways to use this second skill is to locate survivors. So, you basically can either tap it, and it changes the direction of your camera, not the character itself. So this is the characters moving the character, and this is what I'm moving right now, is moving the camera. Tapping or holding the second skill will change your camera, so like when I'm moving right now, camera's direction to the direction that the nearest survivor is. They can be chaired, they can be down, it doesn't matter. Either if you hold it for longer, it will show you the same way, like it will, regardless of anything, it will always change your camera's direction into the nearest survivor. So just keep in mind that it might not be a survivor that's moving, it can be mechanics both, it can be basically any. So as you can see, he's here. I will show you like near so you can make sure it's real. I purposefully turn the camera like somewhere else other than a survivor, then tap the little skill button, and the camera itself turns into his direction. So I think it's a very useful skill to know and use. When I first started, I didn't really find any information on this. I don't know why. I always just saw the comments or somebody's saying it in a public chat, whatever, that you can just locate survivors with JoJo's skill. But I read every description and I found nothing of it officially, so it might be just a little hidden trait. I don't know, I'm not sure if they changed it in the meantime, but I find it important to just explain it as it works, not just say like, oh yeah, this shows where survivors are. So it basically just changes this, so I'm moving the camera's direction into the direction of the nearest survivor, whether they are down, whether they are injured, whether they are both, anything that's related to the survivor basically. Alright, then the traits primarily use, or like what it's meant to be used, is basically that it allows you to like do a mini teleport, just go back 15 seconds, the place where you were at 15 seconds later or earlier. So you can see the steps. These can change, like its color and look can change depending on what accessory you use. I think this is the simple one and in high graphics, because I'm using this limited S accessory, which only has the chair effect, not the step effect, unfortunately. But basically you have to pay attention to these steps. I will like try to make as many visible as I can. So here, and if you hold it, then you see the little circle going over to where you will teleport back to, and this is how you can choose if you like to pay attention to that. I usually just use this teleporting back when I'm either looking for survivors and I'm not sure, like maybe I'm going this way and I don't know if they are this way. Maybe like, you know, when there are only 2 survivors, that is larger map, you don't want to waste time, so you just go to this direction. Let's say I don't have tinnitus up, so I'm like, oh okay, I will teleport this back and go to the other direction, whatever. Okay, so what the other time I love to use this skill is when, let me quickly find the survivor. Okay, of course they're here. So let's say I have this person chaired, and there's this beautiful chair. Look at that chair, it's so pretty. Anyway, so I have them chaired. I don't know where the rescuer is coming from, but like let's say I saw that cipher moving and it stopped, so I'm suspecting that the rescuer might be coming from there. So that's what I usually do. I just start walking. I usually just start holding this almost immediately. So I go up there. If I don't have tinnitus, so the rescuer is not coming from this direction, but like as you can see, Cord is here, so she would have come from this direction. Then I let it go and go back if they're not there. Of course, make sure the 15 seconds is there so you don't go too far. So maybe if like it's a larger map, you can really mess it up by going too far and like you don't really get back to the chair in time. But basically, yeah, you can just hold it while trying to patrol the area you are at. Be careful because stuns, as prisoners or anyone's stuns get out of this skill, so like it disrupt your skill. So make sure not to get stunned. Maybe some enchantresses and stunners try to do this even when you're teleporting, so just make sure you have that in mind. And you can teleport back, but as I said, try to make sure you are in that 15 second radius, or like time limit. So if the rescuer is there, unless they are mercenary, because they can dash, so you have to just make sure to keep this. If it's a mercenary, keep it in your hand, don't let it go. But if it's not a mercenary, you can just cancel the skill, give them a hit, and then follow them back to the chair. If they are far enough and you have like the attack recovery buff in your persona tree, then you will likely manage to get a second hit off of the rescuer before they make it to the chair. So this can be very useful when camping. You can just try it. Alright, the third use is, well, it's a big help for me especially. I don't know if you guys would like to use it or not. So for this I will turn on my skill cooldowns there. So we will see what the use is. So basically, let's say I had to chair someone in photo word, or I'm camping a chair in photo word or something like that. So I will just quickly go out of photo word for this, so I can show it to you. So let's say I have to camp both this chair and both photo words chair. So what I do, of course, is I go to photo word to check on them. But let's say there is no camera around, but I know the rescuer is nearby. So I can use this trait to actually go back into real world when this one is on cooldown. So basically this is a very useful one. You just go into photo word, press this, set the photo word on it, but you can basically change words with this. It works based on the time. So if you were in photo word only like 2 seconds, then you just hold it for 3 seconds and you will be back in real word. That's a very nice little use, I think, which can be very helpful in certain situations, as I said, when there is no camera around that you could use. So let's get to the fourth use I found very useful. This is especially against perfumers, I don't know, first officers, wow, right, people who can go back to their place, maybe cowboys when they do the window trick, when they like jump back to the window, and this can be especially useful to you if you use confined space. Basically you block windows and maybe the survivor didn't jump out at the end or went back through the window again. So let's see, this is like a place where you can jump down, and let's say, sadly this isn't a perfumer, but let's reduce their fear. Alright, and then well, I don't know, let's see if she will jump off or not. So AI control on. Well, she didn't really. Anyways, let's turn it off then. If she didn't, she refuses to do that. I don't have anyone to, unfortunately, to help with this, so you just have to imagine the survivor is like, let's say the survivor is running here and jumping down, or like it's a perfumer. Let's say it's a perfumer, the first officer, so basically you don't really know what they are going to do. So they go to this direction, you think they will jump down, you also jump down after them, but let's say the perfumer perfumes back, or the first officer didn't actually jump. You just basically hold this for a while and you will be back and able to continue your chase, whichever direction they want to. This can be used in, windows, pallets, anywhere where you can just, it's a bigger difference, especially useful in a hospital, when there are those holes in the ground at the next floor. You can just, they usually trick you, or maybe even Lakeside Village and the ship, they trick you into falling down, and let's say you fall down, but you basically just have to tap it for a short while, and there you will be able to continue your chase where you left off. We have one last use left. I will try to do it with the cooldowns, but as I said in a few videos before, it's really hard to time right. It really depends on whether your phone senses it or like registers your tap on this button in time or not, because you basically have like 1 second to do the right thing. It's of course the unlimited teleport. I did tutorials on this, I explained this in a lot of videos, but I figured we should include this as it's really relying on the use of the second skill. So let's say I just randomly teleport to a cipher, as you can see, and first here is very easy. Let's say there is no one here, or you don't want to hit them, or just want to go back to the chair. You let it go, you're back where you were. This is what I usually use because I know this will work. The hard part comes here. You just have to tap the button exactly as it becomes available, and sometimes my phone doesn't really register my touch, so here, thankfully it worked, so I could show you guys. So you have to hit that button exactly at that time, and you can see like right now I tapped it, but it didn't, like, I don't know, it might be the lag, it might be the ping, so it really depends. But you can practice this in custom matches, even against your friends. You can just basically pay attention to that circle around the steps, and when it disappears from the map, so like you can't see it around here, let's say it's not there, then you know for that like 1 millisecond, then you can let it go. That's when you have to let it go. I'll try to show you again. Alright, now let's pay attention to the little circle. So I teleport there. As you can see, it's on cooldown. Let's say I hit both, I hit the survivor. You have time to hit them, don't worry. And then you have to pay attention until the circle disappears. So as you can see, it disappeared. Then go back. I try to walk further away so you can see the little bubbles. And then you let it go, you let the little steps stop glowing, and then you can back. So basically you have to time it very nicely. It can be hard sometimes. But if you get it done, if your phone doesn't have like this problem that it doesn't really take in your button, or maybe if you play on PC, then it might be even easier for you. So yeah, basically that's the 5 uses. I would recommend using it if you have another use that you usually use in your matches. Then we'll love to read it in the comments if you would describe it. But I believe these 5 uses are the most essential to playing him or using that skill. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little well revision of that old video with our lovely Apollo in high graphics. I think I listed all of the uses I mentioned in that one, and it was as understandable, even more understandable for you guys while I'm showing it as back then. So hope you guys enjoyed this class as well. I'm not sure what the next part will be, but now the next few videos will be regular videos, as I like to go 2 classes and 2 regular videos after that. Hope you guys will enjoy them. One of them will be probably about survivors. Thank you for watching. Have a nice week.